Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak on this very crucial bill on registration of press and periodicals. So, while any legislation pertaining to press and publication easily evoke fears of censorship and all, and I will try to speak from all the perspectives because, fortunately, I started my career as a journalist, as an editor of a monthly magazine in Assam. It was one of the highly circulated monthly magazine called Maya. So I have got the experience of this title verification, registration, and luckily right from content generation to composing, to type it, to proofreading word by word from comma to semicolon, then to layout, to print, to bind, to distribute. So it's really exciting and painful also, and to produce or to publish the periodicals, be it monthly magazine or daily. Sir, first thing first, this bill, with my experience, I'm to submit it, that this bill seeks to replace the legislation that is 156-year-old. The Press and Registration Books Act 1867, it was essentially a tool of the British East India Company to exercise their control over the intellectual activity of the Indians during the British Raj. That is why I'm really thankful to my minister and the government for taking the steps to replace the 156-year-old act. Sir, India is a country with booming publishing industry that is estimated to be worth about 25,000 crore. And according to an estimate, we have in India 1,44,000 daily newspaper and other periodicals. In my state of Assam also, according to the data available, in my state of Assam, we have 42 dailies, 58 weeklies, 24 monthlies, and other some bi-monthly and fortnightly periodicals also. All of us know that we have a very strong, our country has a very strong history in print media. The first periodical was published in 1780, that was Bengal Gazette. And in Assam also we published the first periodical in 1846, that is Arunodoy. Since the inception of our publication or periodicals in India, we have a very strong legacy, we have a very strong history. And according to an estimate, in India, daily more than 250 books are published. So it's a huge industry, and it is so dynamic. It is very tough for Act, which is 156-year-old. It is very tough for the Act to manage this huge and this booming industry. That is why this amendment on registration of press and periodical bill is being moved, and we welcome it. Sir, the Press and Registration of Periodicals Bill is a reflection of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's commitment for ease of doing business and transparency in business, in the process of business. So, the main point I have noticed here is the title verification and registration. So, 25 years ago, I had the experience of title verification. Me, myself, applied for. At that time, we had to collect the form from the DM's office or DC's office, Deputy Commissioner's office. Then, manually, you have to fill up. Even now, you have to fill it up manually, although it is available in the website. You can download it and to fill up the columns and to submit it to the concerned district authorities. Then, after some verification, they will send it to the Office of the Press Registrar General. Then they will verify whether the proposed or desired names are already been enlisted in the long list. It may be now, it may also be now manually, I don't know. But it's a long process. So suppose I have collected the form, my name as a publisher is being written, then my address, then the proposed name, suppose number 1, anyone, the group or groups or individuals application would would have to fill the columns, the desert names. Number 1, suppose East India Company. Number 2, suppose East India Company. Number 2, suppose India Bansabad Company. Like this, 3-4 names they may apply for, and the registrar will verify whether the names are already in use. Then they will again send to the district office. Then the district office will summon the applicant, another verification. It's a lengthy process of 6 months to 1 year or maybe more. But this new bill, this new bill will enable in doing all these things in a very simplified, a very smart way. Everything will be available online. One has to apply online. The verification of title, simultaneously, as our Honorable Minister has mentioned, simultaneously, the registration process will also proceed. So this system will take hardly 6 months, 2 months, as said by our Honorable Minister. So as a person from that fraternity also, because I have already mentioned that I have been a journalist, so I really welcome this bill. This will help especially the small and the medium publishers to get all the official process to get it done very smoothly. Secondly, sir, this bill demonstrates the government's intention of strengthening the country's intellectual core by enabling the environment. The previous colonial era law, that previous law had the provisions of imprison and prosecute for the slightest non-compliance. So, and in the eyes of our NDA-led government, this is contrary to the spirit of the Constitution and the democratic values. That is why already we have come to know that decriminalization of many clauses are being adopted in this law. I wholeheartedly welcome this bill because it will replace 156-year-old colonial legacy. First, and it will really practically provide practically it will help to do the easy registration, and it will empower the entrepreneurs in the field of press and publication to do the business easily and in a very transparent way. So I thank Honorable Prime Minister Ji and my friend Honorable Minister Anurag Thakurji for this bill, and I support on behalf of myself and my party. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्य.